You've won this race twice. You've certainly ticked a lot of the boxes now, winning the Australian Championship and also the Kellogg Series, of course, and a couple of Coolangatta Golds. When did you finally decide that you wanted to have another crack at this race?
I guess myself, I've kind of been thinking about it for a few months. I didn't want to completely commit to it and announce it until I was definitely sure that I was going to do it. So when I announced it last week, I just kind of casually announced it, and then next thing I know, I've got a whole heap of journos ringing me, a whole heap of friends ringing me saying, "Oh, you're doing it?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." I didn't think it was such a surprise, but yeah, definitely committed to it now, and yeah, looking forward to getting in there and giving it a crack.
Must be nice for you to have a former winner in Michael King in your corner as your coach.
Yeah, definitely. You know, King is such an unreal coach, and I've got complete respect for him and complete trust in the program that he gives us. And I've actually got down in Coolangatta Reece Drury, who is a former winner, who trains with me and is in my lane for swimming. So that's, you know, a real buzz as well. So there's plenty of experience and yeah, knowledge down there.
Thanks, Alicia. Moving on to Caine. Caine, you certainly had a fantastic family tradition in this race. Of course, your late dad raced in the first race, and Mum raced last year, and you won 3 times. It must be very proud to carry the Eckstein name through the Coolangatta Gold.
Yeah, definitely. Last year was a big one for me, sort of thing, because Mum said she had about 3 months off work, sort of thing, annual leave, so she was a professional athlete, sort of thing, for 3 months leading into it too. So it was like, you know, living together, sort of training and eating and sleeping, doing all that sort of thing. So it was a bit of a buzz, but yeah, this year she's over in Egypt now, so she's not doing it this year, but hopefully she wants to do it every second year, so hopefully she gives it a crack next year. But yeah, it's the 3rd in a row for me, so it's quite a big sort of thing to back up 3 times in a row, so definitely feel a lot better than last year. So, you know, hopefully sort of feeling about 20% or so better, so hopefully it shows in the day.
And looking forward to race day. The countdown's on now as far as tapering is concerned. Probably has that started, or is there still some hard yards to go yet?
I've gone pretty hard, sort of thing. You know, you just get tired days where you're sort of, you know, a bit out of whack and stuff. But yeah, probably not till next week or so, maybe 2 weeks out or something. You'd ease it out a little bit. But yeah, you definitely don't want to go into a flat. You want to go into it, you know, doing less than more, sort of thing. Anyway, so yeah, hopefully 2 weeks out, I'll ease it off and get, you know, energised and ready to go.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Caine shot, please.
Okay, number 4, mate, in your sights.
Yeah, definitely. I think sort of each and every year I sort of try and think that I've definitely done a little bit more and sort of wisened up and changed my training a little bit. And definitely every year, I'm not really lying or anything, I definitely think I've gotten sort of 20% or so better. But this year, I definitely think it's a massive increase to what I was doing last year. The sessions that I was doing this year that I would have never dreamed of doing last year and putting in. I would have thought that was definitely too hard, sort of thing. And I've worked it out and I'm doing it. So now it's all done pretty much, and it's, you know, easing off a little bit. So hopefully it shows in the day, and I perform well. And yeah, we'll see. You never know. It's the first race of the year, and it's sort of an unknown sort of thing. All you got is your training sort of thing. So hopefully, yeah, I feel good on the day and go out there and yeah, run and race well.
More motivated this year than previous years?
I don't think so. You know, the first year was a massive one for me because, you know, I was racing Shannon and stuff, and they had so much pressure on them, and they were the favourites and stuff like that. And to come out and beat those guys was huge. And then sort of, you know, not doing it for a couple of years and coming out, and a lot of people didn't think I had a chance to win in 2008. So to win that one was massive as well. So, you know, this year it's just the training you do which motivates you and stuff. You know, there's a lot of dedication, a lot of time, so you want to get the best out of it. So that's what it is for me this year. But you know, each and every year's got a little special point about it. So yeah, this year's definitely just as good as all the rest.
You've changed your training schedule, or some of the training techniques you've been doing. What can you tell us about that?
Well, just sort of last year I had that whole sort of triathlon thing, and sort of went under Craig Walton. You know, he was coaching me and stuff, and he just taught me heaps about. I thought I used to run hard before, and you know, I definitely wasn't running hard. I was pretty much just an amateur before, sort of thing. So I learned a lot from those guys and learned what it is to actually, you know, do specific running stuff. So I tried to put it in with this. I didn't, you know, last year if you told me that, I thought it was way too hard, but yeah, I've worked it out, and it's all working well, and just hopefully on the day, you know, the beaches aren't looking all that great now, but hopefully they settle down a little bit, and there's a bit of sand there, so and we've got enough sand to run on, so Yeah, hopefully just getting off the board, feel well. You never know how you're going to feel, so hopefully it all comes out well.
As athletes, do you have any concerns about the weather and how that might affect your performance?
Thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't really think, I mean, personally, it doesn't concern me too much. Obviously, it is quite a long race, so, you know, getting off to a good start is still really important in terms of getting out through the break. But if you do happen to come off your ski or whatnot, it's not such an issue as in the shorter distance races. So, certainly if we get some cyclonic weather, it's going to, you know, become even more of a challenge than it already is. But, you know, I think we'll just step up to whatever happens on the day.
And how's your competition looking? Who's your biggest threat, do you think?
Who's my biggest threat? Probably, you know, the Hancock sisters here. They're going to be a huge threat. You know, I think Courtney's got a second and a third, and Bonnie's always been up there. You know, obviously having Hayley out, you know, that's really disappointing, and you know, I always love taking her on, and we've had some good rivalry over the years, that's for sure. So it is really disappointing to have her on the sidelines this year, but you know, there's still going to be plenty of competition there.
With that being said, do you think you can make another win?
That's what I'm trying to do, is, you know, go out there and trying to get a win. But you know, I think I remember last year when it was my second win, thinking, yikes, that was harder than first year to win it. And I think this year to win it again is going to be even harder than last year. So, you know, it's certainly a race which, you know, the more times you do it, doesn't necessarily get easier. So, you know, I'm aiming for a win, but we'll see what happens.
It's going to be, I think mentally it probably will shatter a few people sort of thing. It's going to be tough sort of starting on the ski and paddling away from your destination sort of thing, and then turning around and going back, and then definitely on the run's going to be even worse sort of thing, running past the finish and you still got, you know, another 3 or so K to go. But I'm sure everyone sort of, you know, they know what they've got to do, and they're all trained for it and stuff. I know I've sort of, you know, tried to put that into my training a little bit and stuff, but you just got to do what you got to do on the day. There's no other, that's the course sort of thing, just deal with it. So, but yeah, it's definitely going to be a lot, it would be a lot easier just going out and back and surface. It's definitely, mentally it's going to be a little bit tougher, but you know, I don't think it's going to affect really anyone. I think a few of the, you know, the people that haven't really thought about it might get a little bit, you know, astounded on the day when they're running past the finish line, everyone cheering, and they've still got a few K to go. Might hurt them, but yeah, see how it goes.
Thanks very much. I think earlier on behalf of Self-Help Saving Australia, the Queensland Government and Queensland Events, thank you for all for your attendance this morning. Of athletes, we really appreciate you giving us your time this morning. Good luck in the coming event. But there's one thing we have to do before we go, and that's make an official presentation. Have our defending champions come forward, please, both Caine and Alicia as defending champions, and make our presentation to our Sports Minister, Bill Reeves.